In this lesson, we're going to learn how we can make a flat character speak without any plugins or any third-party programs, using only After Effects capabilities and effects. So for this lesson, we have 4 files. Go ahead and just import them into your project. And first of all, let's have a look at the mouth sounds that we're going to be working with. So these shapes that you see right now, they are the standard for mouth sounds in character animations. Of course, if you're going to do another language, you would have to check to see if they are extra mouth shapes or if there are less mouth shapes. You just have to see. But this applies to English. So you can see each of them have a sound, and be careful because these are the sounds, not the letters. So this is the sound. It doesn't mean U. So this mouth is not pronouncing U. It's saying the sound. So if you're going to say the word fun, we put this and this. So it would be fun. The would be this. So these are not the letters. They are these sounds. Okay, so we also have a character here. I'm going to just make a new composition from this character. Here we are. As you can see, it's just a photo and she does not have a mouth. If you want, you could take a character that has a mouth. I'm going to show you how you can avoid the mixture of the original mouth and the mouths that we're going to add in. So this is our character. Let's go ahead and double click on our composition. I already did that. Then we're going to double click on mouths. And as you can see, we have a lot of layers. All of these, they're separate. And before we get started, let's have a look at our character and type in what we want her to say. So you either have to type or you have to put an audio over it. That just helps the person who sees the video know what this character is trying to say, because if we don't, she is just going to be moving her mouth and we're not going to know what she's trying to say. So by putting text or maybe an audio, you're going to help her better relay her message to the people. All right, so our text is, hello, how are you? We're going to make our character say this sentence. Go back to mouths and select all of the layers. Then we're gonna align them. But before we do that, let's get rid of the mouth shapes that we don't need. So for hello, how are you? We definitely don't have any X, Y, Z sounds. So delete that. We don't have BMP sounds. We don't have FV. We don't have TH, CH. And I think these will do. So for the HE sound, we will be using this. So this will be first. And then we have the E sound, so let's bring that after. So HE, so this is the he, this is the continued. We would actually not use that. So this would be the he sound, this will be the le sound. So he, lo, this is the O. For how, we can use this guy because it relates the same sound. How, and then for R, we have this. R, and then for you, but this U sound has the R sound better, so I'm going to get rid of R. This will be our R sound, and then since we have U, the O mouth is more suitable, so hit Control D on O, bring it down here, so we have 2 O mouths right now, or Command D. So these are the sounds, the mouth shapes that we're going to work with. So it would be he, lo, how, are you. There's 2 of these. There are 2 of these. Let's bring that one here. So we have our suitable sounds. And I did want to bring in these, I think it was a BM, yeah, this sound. Just so after she says hello, where there's a comma, she can return back to her normal mouth, which would be this. And then we want to duplicate that again. Control D or Command D, bring that after the second O. So after she says, she asks the question of how are you? She can just return back to her original mouth. All right, so we have all of these mouths. We have also aligned them in the right order. Make sure you do that. Now Control A or Command A to select all of these layers. Go to your Align tab and just center everything. Center it to composition. So composition, not selection. And now all of these are coming in from one spot, which should be the case because when the person's speaking, we don't want her to move mouths. Like if this is her mouth position, we don't want some appearing from other sides. Now that we have this, we can go in mouth shapes and then get the region of interest and make it as big as the mouth shapes. Like so, composition, crop comp to region of interest. And now to make sure that if there is a mouth in the original character, like she has a smile here, you can avoid that smile appearing by taking the ellipse tool and then double clicking on it. So it's going to make a circle as big as your composition. Then we can move this down below. Gonna hit S on the mouth shapes, make them a little smaller. Maybe move them down with P. All right, so it's inside the circle. Now we can go ahead and go back to our character and simply bring in the mouth composition on top of hello, how are you? Hit S on top of our character actually. Resize this so it's perfect for your character using S for scale and P for position to make it smaller. All right, just a little bit more. All right, so that's the mouth size of our character. I'm going to rename this. All right, so now we want to go to mouths, and what we want to do, let me double click here. What we want to do is to assign a time for these mouths, so they're not all lasting from the beginning to the end of our composition. So select all of these, come in 2 seconds. We're going to make each one last for 2 seconds. Hit Alt right bracket to get rid of the rest. So we only have 2 seconds for all of the mouth shapes. And because we already arranged them in order, now all we have to do is to move each one and make them appear in a staircase style. So after one finishes, the other one appears. Just do that. And the reason why we made it 2 seconds, like it moves up by 2, you could obviously make it move up by 4 or 8 or even 1. But you just want the same number applied to each one. So you cannot make one mouth appear at, like last for 1 second and the other one lasts for 5 seconds, because when we want to get the effects, the slider effect is going to be difficult for you. So whatever number you choose, just make sure it's applied to all of the layers. All right, so this ends on around... This one ends here. Let's hit Control K or Command K. Instead of 18, let's make it 17. Hit OK. So we're not getting some extra time. All right, so now we're just going to make sure we don't get black screens. I'm going to expand the final mouth as long as 16 because that's the end of our animation. Go back to character. And now we have her changing the mouth shapes after each 2 seconds. So you can see it's changing until it reaches the end. Let's hit Control, first select all of our layer, go on 16 seconds, and then Alt right bracket to get rid of the rest, Control K to also make our composition here 16 seconds, as long as that'll work. And let's hit M on this. We now have our character just looking as she is. So this was part 1 of our lesson. We made the mouth shapes like so. We even added a text just to aid with the character's mission. And in the next lesson, we're going to actually make her talk and also make her blink. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson.